Welcome everyone. There are many ways to divide polynomials. One method is long division. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do this long division. You already know how to perform long division for numbers. For example, if you have number 79 divided by 3, you all know how to perform that one. So we first select the first number and divide by 3. And we get 2, we write it here. So the first step in long division is divide. So that's the first step we do. And then we multiply these two numbers together, we get 6. So multiplication is the next step we do in long division. And then what we do? We subtract them. 7 minus 6 is 1. So subtract is the next step in long division. And then you drop down the next number, okay, 9. And then, so drop down is the next step. Okay, and then we repeat the whole process again. We divide and multiply, subtract, until we end up with a number which is less than this number 3. Okay, and what we call these numbers, 79 is the dividend and 3 is the divisor and 26 is the quotient, 1 is the remainder. Okay, so if I'm writing down this whole process as an equation, 79 on 3 is what you have done, and that equals 26 plus the remainder. And the remainder always we should write it as 1 and 3 because that number needs to be divided by 3. And to simplify this equation, we can write it as multiply the whole thing with 3 and then we'll get 79 equals 26 times 3 plus 1. Or 79 is the dividend. So dividend equals 26 is the quotient, 3 is the divisor. So that's divisor times the quotient. So this is the divisor and this is the quotient plus the remainder. The process of dividing a polynomial by another polynomial follows the pretty much similar process. Let's run through that process by taking an example. 4x cubed minus x minus 2 divided by 2x minus 1. Let's write it down the similar format as we usually do with the numbers. So it's a 4x cubed. There's a little bit of problem in here. So when you start with the highest power, so we have the power 3 term in here and power 1 term is here and the power 0. This is 2 is x to the power 0. So 0 is also there. But the power 2 is missing. So when we write the dividend in here, so we should include every power of x. So if one power is missing, so for example 2 in here, so we should write a 0x square. So it's pretty much 0, but we should write it down that way. And then minus x minus 2. And we're going to divide that by 2x minus 1, which is a linear polynomial. Okay, we're going to do the same process, divide. So previously when we divided the numbers, we divided the first number with the divisor here. But in this one, the divisor has 2 terms in it. And we're dividing the first term in the divisor. That's what we're going to do. 4x cubed on 2x is 2x square. Done the division. And then you multiply. So when you multiply, we should multiply both terms in the divisor. Okay, 2x square times 2x, which is 4x cubed. 2x square minus times minus 1 is minus 2x square. Done this one. What's the next step? Subtraction. Subtract these two things. 0 minus minus 2 is 2x square. And 4x cubed minus 4x cubed is 0. That's a 0. Okay, and then drop down. Minus x minus 2. Done all the process. Now repeat the process again. So first term is 2x square now. So 2x square on 2x is x. So it's a plus x. Now you multiply 2x times 2x is 2x square. and then x times minus 1 is minus x, and then we subtract these numbers, minus x minus x, subtracting the same thing, so you'll get 0, and then 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0, and drop down the last thing, which is minus 2. So this is how we do the long division. So we're pretty much following the same process as in the long division of numbers, division, multiplication, subtraction, and drop down, until we end up with a number which has a lesser degree than the first term in the divisor. Okay, so this number is the quotient in here. So this polynomial is the quotient in here, and this is the divisor, and this is the dividend, and this is a remainder. So it should follow the same equation as we got in the previous case with the numbers. But in this case, I'm going to rewrite the whole thing with some polynomial notation. So 4x cubed, this is a polynomial which I'm calling it as px. So the dividend is px. And the divisor, I'm going to call it as dx. So it's a dx. And quotient, I'm going to call it as qx. So times qx. And the remainder, we call it as remainder rx. Okay. So it's a plus rx. So pretty much when we divide a polynomial px with dx, we get two polynomials, qx and rx. So in the previous example, we done the division with a linear polynomial. The divisor had a degree 1. But how about if it's a nonlinear polynomial? Can we use the same process, the long division process in here? Yeah, let's see. So this case, I have a polynomial 4x to the power 4, 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 is the dividend. So let me write it down in here. So because it has all the powers in here starting from 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So I don't have to add any zeros in here. 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. But when I write down the divisor also should have all the powers starting from the highest power or the degree. Okay, so x squared is there, but x term, the x to the power 1 term is missing. So we should add such a term in here, but we shouldn't make any changes to the polynomial itself. So that's why we add it as 0x to the power 1 and then plus 1. Now we follow the same process as we done previously. We first divide the first term with the first term in here. So 4x to the power 4 on x squared, which is 4x squared. Then multiply. When you multiply all the terms in here with all. When you multiply, you should multiply with every term in the divisor. 4x squared times x squared is 4x to the power 4. 4x squared times 0 is 0x to the power 3 plus 4x squared times 2 is 4x squared times 1 is 4x squared. Now we've done that step, and now subtraction. So subtract the like terms here. 2 minus 4 is minus 2x squared. 3 minus 0 is 3x cubed plus, and then this is 0. We've done that. Drop down the last one, 2x plus 1. Okay, now repeat the whole process again. Divide 3x cubed with x squared, so which we get 3x. And now we multiply 3x times x squared is 3x cubed, 0, x to the power 2, and 3x times 1 is 3x. Now subtract. 2 minus 3 is minus 1x, and minus 2x squared minus 0 is minus 2x squared itself, plus 0, and then drop down the rest of the things, plus 1. So repeat the process again. Minus 2x squared on x squared is minus 2, yeah, that's it. Minus, then you multiply minus 2x squared, and then 0x and minus 2. Okay, and subtract 0, minus 1, minus 1 minus 0 is minus 1x, 1 minus minus 2 is 3. Okay, now we should stop it here because the degree of this function, the remainder, is less than the degree of this one. So we can't divide it anymore for this particular one. To sum up, to divide a polynomial by another polynomial, you can use long division, even if the divisor is a linear polynomial or non-linear polynomial. This long division and polynomial division in general is really important to factorize a polynomial function, because to find the x-intercepts, to draw the graph of a higher degree function like cubic function, quartic function, or any higher order function, we need to factorize it first. And factorization can be achieved by dividing the polynomials. Okay, so this is one of the method in division. So there's another method by equating the coefficients, and which I'll explain in the next video. Okay, let's stop it here.